Get ready for a wild ride into the mysterious realm of feline behavior. Cats are enigmatic creatures, aren't they? They're self-willed, fiercely independent, and tend to live life by their own rules. Yet, they offer a unique blend of affection, ease of training, and low maintenance that is hard to resist. Now, if you've ever been befuddled by your cat's odd practices, be it the constant purring, the generous face rubs, or their penchant for snoozing all day, you're not alone. In this video, we'll venture into unlocking 15 of the most peculiar cat behaviors that leave us all scratching our heads. So buckle up as we delve into the fascinating world of what these endearing and often confounding, whisker-twitching companions truly mean by their action. Kicking off our list at number 1 is a behavior that any cat owner will be intimately familiar with: incessant self-licking. If you share your home with a feline friend, you'll have noticed that they simply can't resist the urge to lick themselves clean. Every chance they get, cats will meticulously groom themselves, licking every inch of their fur from head to tail, several times a day. Now, to us humans, this might seem a little odd, but for our feline friends, it's a serious business. Unlike many other animals, cats are particularly fastidious when it comes to cleanliness. These self-grooming sessions are their way of removing any trace of dirt from their fur. But did you know? This behavior has its roots in their wild ancestry. The cleaner a cat is, the less likely it is to give off any scent that might attract unwanted attention from predators. So take note if your cat suddenly stops grooming. It's a sign that something might be amiss. It's not just a strange behavior. It's a vital part of their survival instinct. All right, moving on to our second peculiar cat behavior, face rubbing. Now, if you're a cat owner, you've undoubtedly experienced your cat sauntering up to you, arching its back just so, and then affectionately rubbing its face against your legs, your arms, essentially your entire body. An endearing, yet sometimes slightly irritating behavior, wouldn't you agree? But guess what? There's actually a hidden meaning behind this peculiar cat behavior. Your feline friend isn't just giving you a random nuzzle. In reality, this face rubbing is a special act of feline affection. Yes, you heard it right. Affection. Cats don't go rubbing their faces on just anyone or anything. Picture this. Your cat is basically trying to mingle its own unique scent with yours. This act of face rubbing is their special way of bonding with you. Their way of saying, hey, I like you. You're part of my tribe. Now, isn't that sweet? This is particularly true if it's your first interaction with a cat. If they rub their face against you, consider yourself accepted into their little feline world. So, instead of getting annoyed or irritated the next time your cat starts rubbing its face against you, remember this. It's their special way of expressing affection towards you. Moving on to quirk number 3, our furry friends' love for snug spaces. Have you ever spent hours looking for your feline, only to find them cozied up in the teeniest nook of your home? Perhaps inside an old cardboard box, a tight kitchen cupboard, or even stealthily tucked under the bathroom sink? This might leave you scratching your head, but let me tell you, it's all part of the cat's master plan. You see, cats have a strange adoration for small, compact spaces. It's like their very own secret hideout, a fortress of solitude, if you will. This affinity stems from their instinctual desire for safety and security. And the wild, tight nooks and crannies provide a safe haven from predators, the perfect spot for an undisturbed catnap. As much as they love us, our cats enjoy a breather from their human companions from time to time. A snug corner of the house provides the perfect escape, a tranquil retreat where they can enjoy some downtime. But don't worry, this doesn't mean your fluffy companion loves you any less. It's just their little way of taking a break and recharging before they come back out, ready for more cuddles and playtime. Get ready for number 4, the ultimate snooze. Fest. Yes, cats sleep all day long. Now you might be wondering why your furry companion spends a good chunk of daylight hours curled up asleep. Well, here's the secret. Cats are, by nature, creatures of the night. That's right, they're nocturnal. So while you're hustling and bustling during the day, they're catching up on their beauty sleep. Ever noticed how your cat suddenly becomes a ball of energy when you're about to hit the sack? That's because their internal clock is set to night mode, making them most active after sundown. It's not laziness. It's simply their biological rhythm at play. Believe it or not, our feline friends clock in a whopping 15 hours of sleep on average every single day. That's nearly twice the amount we humans need. The upside, you've got the whole day to yourself, to work, run errands, and do as you please while your kitty is tuckered out. Some cats may adjust to their human schedule, but let's be honest, the majority of them love their day, long siestas interspersed with micro naps. Now, let's dive into the fifth strange cat behavior, which is bound to have left you scratching your head. Yes, it's when they sit there, mouth agape, as if they've just seen a ghost. You've probably found your feline friend frozen in this peculiar position, and your first thought might have been, oh no, what spooked my cat this time? But the truth couldn't be more different, and I promise you, it's not fear or shock that's got your cat acting like this. What if I told you it's all about enhancing their sense of smell? Yep, you heard it right. This bizarre open mouth stare that your cat pulls is actually all about taking their sniffing powers to the next level. This strange act has a fancy name too. It's known as the Fleeman response. So, what happens here? Well, your kitty is simply opening their mouth and curling back their lips to let the scent particles waft into a specialized sensory organ in their mouth, sort of like their very own natural air sampler. And just like that, the mystery of the wide-mouthed stare is solved. It's not a reaction to a nasty surprise or a sign of your cat seeing apparitions. Rather, it's a cool cat technique for understanding the world around them better. Number 6, hating baths. If you guessed that our furry feline friends despise baths, then you've hit the nail on the head. Cats and water. They simply don't mix. It's like oil and water, chalk and cheese, day and night. They just can't stand each other. But wait a minute, aren't cats always grooming themselves? Aren't they the epitome of cleanliness in the animal kingdom? You're absolutely right. Cats indeed love to stay clean. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about cleanliness. Cats have a unique fur coat that takes an incredibly long time to dry. Imagine having your clothes soaking wet and having them take hours to dry off. Not a pleasant thought, right? Well, that's exactly how cats feel when they get wet. When cats take a dip in the bath and step out, their fur is dripping wet. And cats absolutely detest this feeling. They are exceptionally hygienic animals, and the idea of leaving water tracks all over the place just doesn't sit well with them. So despite their immense love for cleanliness, they'd rather skip the bath than deal with a dripping fur coat. Number 7, sudden sprint. Ever noticed how your feline friend can be chilling one moment, and then, out of absolutely nowhere, they're darting across the room like a bolt of lightning? Yes, that's right. We're talking about those sudden, surprising sprints that leave you bewildered. Now, you might be thinking it's just your cat being quirky. And while it does make for a good chuckle, there's actually a little more to it than that. These spontaneous sprints are a result of your cat having a ton of energy that's just buzzing to be released. Think of it like a pressure cooker. Your cat is sitting still, but inside the energy is building up. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, out it goes in a thrilling dash across the room. And while it's amusing for us, it's also a great reminder for pet parents. Seeing your cat sprinting about like this is a sign that they need more physical activity in their daily routine. So the next time you see your kitty suddenly sprinting from 0 to 60, remember it might be time for a little play session, both for their health and your amusement. Let's remember, a playful cat is a happy cat. Before we delve deeper into more mystifying cat quirks, here's a quick reminder. If you're enjoying our journey into the feline world and want to keep updated with more cat behavior insights, make sure to subscribe to our mailing list. It's simple. Just click on the link below. This way, you'll never miss a whisker of the action. Now, let's continue with more feline mysteries. Moving on to the 8th intriguing feline behavior. Always landing on their feet. Cats have a fascinating and somewhat mystical ability to almost always land on their feet when they fall, a phenomenon known as the righting reflex. This isn't just a magic trick they pull. It's a complex combination of physics and their innate bodily structure. Cats are equipped with an incredibly flexible backbone and no collarbone, which allows them to twist and turn their bodies in midair to ensure they land feet first. This exceptional acrobatic skill begins to develop when kittens are just 3 weeks old and is usually fully developed by the time they are 7 weeks old. It's a survival mechanism that has helped cats throughout their evolution, preventing injuries from fall. However, it's important to remember that while they usually land on their feet, this doesn't make them immune to injury. High falls can still be dangerous for our feline friends. Number 9, cat chatters. That's right, chattering, just like you'd expect from a chatty friend, but this time it's your beloved feline friend. Have you ever noticed your furball chattering and chipping, particularly when they're peering out of the window? It usually happens when your cat spots a bird flitting about. Now, you might think that your little predator is plotting the takedown of that feathered creature, right? Well, it's not that simple. The real reason why cats chatter is a little more endearing than you might expect. You see, our feline friends are actually trying to mimic the birds they're observing. Yes, you heard it right. When your cat sees a bird for some unexplained reason, it sets off a frenzy of excitement in them. And in a bid to communicate or engage with these winged creatures, they start to mimic their sounds, attempting to chatter in bird language. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? It's almost as though your cat is trying its best to break down language barriers and make some new bird buddies. So, the next time you see your cat chattering away, know that it's their unique way of saying hello in bird language. Rolling in at number 10, we've got headbutting. Yes, you heard it right. Headbutting, if you're picturing your little fur ball winding up for a solid headbutt, you're on the right track. This behavior is essentially a supercharged version of face rubbing, a special move that kitties save for their favorite humans. Here's what's happening. Sometimes your cat can't help but get overexcited about all the quality time they're enjoying with you. They're so thrilled that they might not just nuzzle into you, they might go all out and slam their face into yours. It's a big show of affection, a clear signal that your cat just adores your company. But hold on, there's more to this sweet, if slightly startling behavior. A headbutt from your feline friend is also often their subtle, or not so subtle, way of requesting some TLC in return. Yes, that's right. This headbutt is not just a show of love, but also an invitation for you to shower them with some well-deserved attention. Number 11, bringing you dead things. Picture this. You're relaxing in your living room, minding your own business, when suddenly your feline friend proudly struts in, a poor little bird or mouse clenched in its jaws. Your beloved pet then proceeds to drop the lifeless creature at your feet. You may be wondering why your darling cat has suddenly turned into a miniature version of a lion bringing down its prey in the Serengeti. Well, it's not just a random act of feline weirdness. Your cat isn't just showing gratitude or trying to freak you out. Nope, it's much more touching than that. When your cat brings you a gift of a deceased critter, they are actually trying to teach you something. That's right, they're giving you a lesson in survival. In the wild, mother cats teach their kittens how to hunt by bringing back dead or injured prey. Domestic cats carry on this instinctual behavior and may often see their human family as inexperienced hunters who need to learn the ropes. So next time you see your cat sauntering in with a gift, remember it's their way of saying, I've got your back, human. I don't want you to starve. Heartwarming, isn't it? In a slightly twisted cat kind of way. After all, it's the thought that counts. Number 12, purring. Isn't it fascinating how a tiny creature, barely 2 days old, can master the art of purring? From the moment they first open their eyes to the world until their last breath, this magical purring sound is a constant. But what's the secret behind this sound, you may wonder? Cats purr when they're in a state of bliss or when they feel comforted. This happens because something deep in their brain flips a switch, sending a signal to their larynx to vibrate. These vibrations occur at a rapid speed from 25 all the way up to 150 times a second. This is the recipe for that soothing purring sound we all love. But that's not all. Many cat enthusiasts believe that these purring vibrations have a secret healing power. Yes, you heard that right. These vibrations can potentially aid in the recovery of infections, reduce swelling, and even repair bone damage. Sort of like a built-in physical therapy session. There's another twist, though. Cats also tend to purr when they're frightened or uncomfortable. Now, this seems odd, doesn't it? Why would a scared cat purr? Well, it's thought that cats use the purring sound as a way to soothe and heal themselves during such stressful situations. Sounds plausible, wouldn't you agree? Number 13, urine spraying. Picture this. Your cat stands tall, backs up to a surface, and suddenly there's a sprinkling of urine. Now you might witness your cat shuddering slightly during this act, leaving you scratching your head in bewilderment. But here's the inside scoop. Cats aren't doing this just to give you extra housework. No, siree. This behavior is quite common when your whiskered companion is feeling a bit on edge or threatened. It's their unique way of saying, this is my turf. By spraying their favorite walls or furniture, they're marking their territory, letting potential intruders know who's boss. Now, just imagine yourself in an unfamiliar place. A bit unsettling, right? Well, cats too sometimes find themselves in those very shoes. So, to create a haven of their own, they resort to urine spraying, which helps them calm their nerves as they're surrounded by their own familiar scent. So, next time you spot your feline friend in the act of spraying, don't get annoyed. Instead, clean up the area and try to figure out what could be making them stressed. Your mission is to make them feel as secure as possible in their home sweet home. After all, a happy cat equals a happy owner, right? Number 14, making biscuits. Have you ever seen your cat clawing softly at a comfortable surface, almost like it's kneading a batch of dough? This is known as making biscuits or sometimes even making bread. It's a rather curious spectacle, isn't it? While it might seem like your cat has developed an interest in baking, there's actually more to this behavior than meets the eye. Some enthusiasts speculate that our feline friends might be releasing hormones through their claws during this act. In a way, it's like they're leaving their own unique signature on their favorite cozy spot in the house. However, the most widely accepted theory is that this kneading behavior has its roots in their kittenhood. Picture a tiny kitten kneading against its mother to stimulate the flow of milk. It's a comforting, nurturing exchange, and this instinctual behavior often persists into adulthood. So, whenever you see your cat making biscuits, remember it's a deeply ingrained instinct from their younger days. Isn't it fascinating how something as simple as this can give us such profound insight into our cat's behavior? So, the next time your cat starts its biscuit making routine, take a moment to appreciate this peculiar yet endearing habit. Number 15, biting. Now you might be thinking, biting, my cuddly, fluffy, adorable feline? No way. But brace yourselves because cats, just like any other creature, do have a darker side. Picture this. You're peacefully petting your purring pet and bang, out of nowhere, she unleashes her tiny teeth on you. So what's going on here? Well, cats resort to biting when something ticks them off or makes them uncomfortable. It's their way of saying, hey, I don't like that. It could be as simple as you touching a sensitive area or them just not being in the mood for love. This bite is their personal backup plan to protect themselves, their way of setting boundaries with you. But hang on, that's not the only reason. Cats can be quite the drama queens. If they feel like they are not the star of your universe, not getting the TLC they think they deserve, they might just bite you. That's right, they know exactly how to get your attention. So what's the right response? Do you bite back? Definitely not. The moment you feel those tiny teeth withdraw gently. But here's a nifty trick. Give your cat a gentle puff of air right in the face. This is a harmless, unexpected surprise that tells your cat, hey, that wasn't cool. Remember, communication is key in the pet-owner relationship. So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the fascinating world of feline behaviors. From purring to making biscuits, these behaviors hold an array of meanings that help us understand our whiskered friends. We've learned how cats use these actions to communicate their feelings, mark their territory, and even heal themselves. But the journey doesn't stop here. There's so much more to explore about our intriguing feline companions. So what about your cats? Do they have any unique habits or behaviors that we haven't covered here? We would love to hear all about it. Please share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video informative and entertaining, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Your likes mean a lot to us. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join our YouTube community, where we delve into the wonderful world of cats and more.